What's up? Good morning. Welcome aboard to Trading Live with Bubba. And so we had a winning trade on Tuesday. We've got a couple of open trades that are split, a couple of winners, a couple of losers at the moment. Obviously, we still have time. Certainly, I would probably close the meta trade if you took it. It's almost fully valued anyways. There's your reward is you're giving up about $5 to risk 100. So, or 200. I'd probably take that off. Overall, markets, so let me get to my share. Kind of quiet here. Maybe a potential trade in crude oil right here. Yeah, you can take a short in crude if you want. With a stop at 63.82. And again, a little quiet, whipping around a little bit. Where Nasdaq's now higher, was lower a little bit ago, was higher overnight. There's not a lot of dramatic action. The real problem is we're still lacking the overall action to trade. We need action to want to be aggressive or be active in the markets, and we're not getting very much. But we'll check it out and see if something shows up. A lot of news this week, but really not all that much movement. I think the biggest movement came off of Google. But you had ISM manufacturing, you had ADP payroll today, you had ISM services today, and virtually we went nowhere. So, all right, that's the story, right? We can't make the markets move. We just have to be prepared when they do. So at the end of the day, very, very quiet here. We are short crude right here. So we'll see. Again, if you took it, again, if you didn't, no big deal. But that's, again, not a lot going on. Bitcoin under a little pressure today. But certainly extremely quiet. Gold down a little bit. But of course, you would expect a little bit of a pullback based on how it's going, getting a little bit of a rally here. If we can get it with a little bit of volume, maybe we can sell into it. That's obviously always the issue. Is there enough participation that makes us want to be participants? Again, it's very, 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 very quiet. And you can see by the overall volumes, other than Tuesday, we're declining volume again. The VIX is back down again after spiking a little bit. So, not very exciting. Okay. I wish there was more. I wish we could be active, but I cannot in good conscience be active when the markets are not allowing me to be active. I just don't believe in, forcing trades. And again, right now, obviously I'd be leaning to the sell side, but I don't have enough action to want to go ahead and sell here yet. And we're not going to get enough on this bar either. Our crude is just hovering, sitting there about break even. So we'll let this bar close out and make sure, but then we'll look at some of the other stuff that we look at. But overall, kind of quiet. As I said on Tuesday, I don't think there'll be any real action probably till next week. This is still kind of a holiday week. So, all right. So there's nothing to do right now. Let's just go take a look at, run down some of the stuff that we watch on a regular basis. Apple, again. Apple could be a sale that was a benefactor of the big news from Google and from the courts. Let's see what that looks like. Apple. I'd be selling spreads now for the 12th, a week from tomorrow. 240, 250 call spread. If I can get $1, I would take it. Okay. 240, 250. Just write those down so we have them. Okay. And Amazon, close, but I'm not gonna overreach right now. Coin, which we are already in, so no reason to add to it here, although it's close, but no reason to add. Crowd, which we're in, which is a loser, no reason to add here yet. After tomorrow, you may want to add, take a look at it. Ether, nothing to do. Meta, which is the one I told you to go ahead and cash out if you had it on. Google, certainly you could look at doing Google as well. I'm already short Google, so I'm not going to do it. But if I were going to do it, I'll tell you what I would do. Again, I sold into it on in the aftermarket on Tuesday. But if I were going to do Google, I would look at the 230, 235, and it's not anywhere near what I would take for it. I'd have to get $2 for that. Right now it's $1.41, so I would not be looking at that. INOQ, nothing. IWM, nothing. MP, certainly I would look to sell some put spreads there. Let's see. For next week, 63, 62 looks okay for 41 cents, or you can go wider. Again, the bottom line is I'm trying to always get 40 cents per dollar. Okay, that's my target before I will typically enter a trade. Microsoft came off. We didn't do anything with it, but it was certainly one we talked about. MSTR, again, this is getting close to being a play, but not quite yet. NNE, not quite yet. Nugget, which we did do, is working out right now. NVIDIA, okay, which is one that we looked at. We didn't do it. There wasn't enough juice, but certainly let's see what it looks like now. Okay, and NVIDIA, sell put spreads. Not quite enough premium for me to want to sell it, so I'm going to go ahead and pass. That's one of the problems in this lighter volatility. Let's just go see if anything's going on, so I don't miss anything. Our crude is a tiny winner, but again, you could take it off and take the couple of bucks, or you could wait. Again, there's no right or wrong answer here. Certainly, it's not doing anything, so it may be prudent to go ahead and just get it out of it. You know, when they start to sit too long, sometimes it just makes sense just to take it off and go to the next trade, right? Again, it's kind of flattening out, which doesn't give us any real indication. And again, there's not a heck of a lot going on here. I think this is another quiet day, unfortunately for us and those who want to trade actively. But let's go back to our board here and see. Palantir, I didn't do anything, nothing to do anyways. QBTS, nothing to do. The Qs, nothing to do. We did talk about it on Tuesday as a potential put spread sell, but we didn't do anything. SMCI, certainly you might want to sell put spreads here. Let's see what it looks like. Sierra Michael Charlie India. Not enough premium for me. I'm going to pass it. XYZ, which we said to potentially call spreads. No, nothing there. SPY, nothing there. Tesla, nothing there. Win. We talked about selling spreads. We did not, but it was something we talked about. And Zoom, again, there's not much here. So this is obviously extremely quiet. Not a ton to do, not a ton to get involved in. So it just means that sometimes you're better off observing the market instead of trying to be active. And again, if a trade shows up, we're going to take it. We in my morning session with members, we had 5 trades this morning. Okay, all small wins, but that's not really what we're looking for either. We want bigger wins. And I just closed my crude for a small profit. I'm not interested in sitting here holding it, even though it may go in my favor. I'm just not interested in waiting anymore. Again, these type of trades, when you're trading on the emotion of others, these trades should happen much faster. You shouldn't have to sit with them for a long time waiting for them to come to you. They're either right and they work, or they're wrong and you get stopped out or add to it. But either way, to sit here and wait, okay, we've been in a 2-tick range since we got in the trade. So I just took the small money and said, okay, on to the next. Okay. And that's something that we want to remember. Again, sometimes it's better to observe. And this looks like one of those kind of markets that there isn't much going on. Okay. And so certainly I'm not interested in trading just for the fact or the fun of trading. I'm here to make money, as you are. And right now, again, you can see the lack of movement. I mean, we have no range. You got a 3-point range in the S&P. So now we're getting a little sell-off. Maybe it'll create a potential buying opportunity. We need some more volume, and we didn't get enough. So again, what am I going to trade? Do I just want to trade just to trade? I don't think so. So again, we sit here and we stare at the paint drying as we don't see much opportunity. And again, crude is just creeping higher now. So if we shorted it and you didn't cover it, then you got a small loss right now. Again, I did cover, as I said, when I did it. But here again, there's no real opportunity for me to want to get involved in. So what's the point? And you have to always remember that you're trading to make money, not to keep yourself busy. Okay. This is a business, and it should be treated as one. And when business isn't good, the good news is we don't have to participate. So why bother when business is lousy? And right now, it's about as bad as it gets from an action standpoint. No real participation, no real action, not much going on. So, again, I'd love to be active. I'd like to make 20 trades when we're together, but so far there isn't enough movement for me to get involved. I don't really want to risk 600 to make 100. So, we'll see if, again, we'll watch this for a few minutes and see if something shows up. But if we don't have anything by the 8:60, by the 11:16 bar Eastern time, then we'll probably shut it down for the day. Because again, there's no sense wasting time. Time, your most valuable asset. This is a great time to observe, a great time to study, great time to prepare yourself, look at your list. But from an overall active trading standpoint, I don't see much. Okay. And that's what we always have to remember. If we don't see much, there probably isn't much there. Okay. There is football tonight if you're a fan, though. So, but again, the buy-in dissipates. There's no action. There's no really opportunity here to do much. So we're getting a little bit of a sell-off now. Again, this is the issue and the problems that we're dealing with here. We did have a couple of spreads we put on today. We have 4 on from Tuesday. 2 are wins, 2 are losses at the moment. That expire tomorrow. But what I would do, I would take off the wins right now because there's not much more to win. We're pretty thin now. I mean, your risk reward is much greater than you'd like it to be right now. And then look for the others to come back in, because those are pretty much on the other side of the equation. So again, but this is a very, very challenging market to trade. And I don't see anything coming. So we'll just come back next Tuesday. Remember, every day I do a market 120 just to give you an idea of what I'm thinking in the morning before markets open. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy football if you're a fan, and I'll see you back here on Tuesday.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.